Happy Mod Day! We got a whole bunch to talk about today. A total 69 mods released. However, we didn't get a lot of new ones. All platforms 11 new and 44 updates. That's where the bulk is. And PC Mac players got 5 new and 9 updates. New for all platforms include the new Holland T7 2011 series, JCB 435S, Silage Boss, Fliegl ASS 298, CLAAS ROLLANT 455 UNIWRAP, Jeantil EVR 2316 EPAN 6. We also got the 1814 EPAN 6 version, Triangulo Ventania 4000 knife roller, Triangulo Pegasus, Quicke 3-point linkage adapter, and as you probably saw at the beginning, Chock. And your only new ones for PC and Mac players include the Camara lift trailer, the Camara stainless tipping trailer pack, DjGoHam LK22, vehicle assistance system, and crop rotation. Today was also the day of the live stream from Giants for their State of the Farm. However, if you missed it, well, you didn't miss anything. And that's all you need to know about that. So let's jump in and take a look at today's mods. Starting off today, new ones for all platforms. We got the new Holland T7 2011 series from TB Modding. 171 horsepower, variable transmission, 330 liters of fuel. Goes 31 miles an hour, weighs 6.3 tons, costs you 100 grand even. Options, well, we have quite a few here, just to say the least. Man, oh man, we can bump all the way up to 212 horsepower and 31 mile per hour max speed, so you can change a few of those up. Actually, up at the top left-hand corner, I don't know if you guys could see this, but we have a 43 and 53 kilometer per hour version for each of the engines, so that is nice. Lower the power, the better torque you're going to have. The higher the higher speed, a little bit less torque you're going to have, at least off the line. Just kind of how it works in Farm Sim. Wheel brands, we have Trelleborg, Midas, Michelin, Nokian, Continental, and BKT. Yes, you got your big old duals on there. Yes, we got our narrow tires. We got some norms in there too. Extra lighting, yep, you got those. Throw a little extra light around towards the front, which is going to actually split off towards the side. No extra lights on the back though. Beacon light, we have a standard left and right. We have both of them as well. Interior mirrors is going to be a yes or a no right there. And then we have front loader attachers on here for the Quicke and Howard. Now, scroll down a little bit more. Yes and no for the front fenders. And we have rim colors for all the colors. Only 2 animations here. We've got one for the door and one for the rear glass. Next up from Rentner Modding, we have the JCB 435S modded version. There you go. 252 horsepower, variable transmission, 400 liters of fuel, 24 miles per hour max speed, 14.6 tons. Costs you about 200 grand. Wheel brands for Michelin, Trelleborg, Midas, Continental, BKT, and we've got a couple different setups for each, including duals, which is always fantastic. I love it. We have radiator protection on the back, which is a yes or a no. Extra lighting, you got flashers on there, and we also have reflectors or both. Window tinting, we can bring that from a low, medium, and high. And then we have a trailer hitch. Oh yeah, you can throw a trailer hitch on there, no problem. We also have the main color itself. We'll stick just red for fun. Radiator protection paint, we'll stick that as a red as well. And the rim color, finally, we'll make it brown, just to make it weird. One that I've been waiting on for BC Beulah Farms, the Silage Boss. Love it. I fell in love with this trailer back in Farming Simulator 17, and it's just been amazing ever since. 65,300 liter capacity is $63,500. There you go. We do have an unrealistic capacity option for 20 grand more. You can go up to 260,000 if you would like. We do have real brands in here from a Lizard. We have a Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Bridgestone, and Alliance. Love seeing modders finally using the Alliance tires. They're looking fresh. Now, when it comes to Lizard, you can either go with the tandem or tandem aluminum, which I kind of silvers them up a little bit. And then as far as our design goes, you could do a standard or you could do design 1, which says Silage Boss on the side. Very, very cool. We also start with a mac red, but you can change up the colors if you wish. The design on here is just going to be the different sides, and then your rim colors, well, they are rim colors at the end of the day. Now, if you switch over to a tandem aluminum, I'm not quite sure, but I don't think you're going to be able to change those tires anymore, at least the rim colors. So if you want to be able to change the rim colors, just stick it at a normal setup. Let's keep the party going with the Fliegl ASS 298. Not falling for that again. We have a 43,000 liter capacity, 9.4 tons, 0 meter working with. We'll talk about that. 12 mile per hour max speed, and we have a $65,000 Yep, 43,000. We can also bump it up to 45.55. We also have the manure spreader, which is a 12 meter working with a 12 miles an hour. Looking very, very good. Capacity for that is 45,000 liters, by the way. So we can bump it up quite a bit. 55,000 is going to be kind of the maximum there for the non-fertilizer spreader version. We have wheel brands from Trelleborg, from Michelin, Continental, BKT, Bredestein, and that is it. Yeah. Side protection, we've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Fenders, we also have 1, 2, 3, and 4 reflective stripes. We've got a yellow one, kind of all over the place, and then red one-ish with some red marks on the back. We also have a Panther on the side, which I'm loving, the Fliegl Taurus, and then Fliegl Gigant. We also have the Standard there as well. Pretty cool. And then you could choose the chassis, design, cover, another design, and rim. Would love to know what design number 1 is. Design number 1's main. That's what design number 1 is. What's design number 2? Frame. Well, let's say frame. Bits and bobs, maybe. We'll call it that. Up next, the CLAAS ROLLANT 455 UNIWRAP. Actually, a mod that Giants in their live stream this morning said was for PC only. Nope, it is an all-platform mod. And here included, we get the baler. We also have a UNIWRAP Cancer Foundation edition, which we get a yellow, pink, and blue. And we also have the same thing over here for the little rose as well. So we get a little bit of this and a little bit of that. I dig it. So what do we get with the baler itself? Well, it's 145 horsepower required, 10 mile per hour max working speed. It makes 125 centimeter regular round bales, and it'll cost you $112,500. With or without the on-end turner, I always say go with that if you can. Wheel brands from Trelleborg, Michelin, BKT, Vredestein. Working lights is a yes or a no, and working lights towards the back this time. We also have a working camera, which will require a tractor that has camera support. And then we also have the bell wrap. You can either go with the UNIWRAP white, black, or green. We also have the nature green, and then of course we get to choose that pink, the baby blue, and the yellow, which in the mod description they call gold. You can also choose the round bell net as well in here. We got a couple more manure spreaders for you guys today, both from Universe Money, and both are Jeantil spreaders. So the first one is the 2316 EPEN 6, 15,500 liter capacity, 180 horsepower required, 16 meter worker width, and 9 miles an hour for $69,000. Nice. And a little smaller, the EVR 1814 EPEN 6, 12,000 liter capacity, 150 horsepower required, 16 meter worker width at 9 miles an hour, 53,400 liter capacity. Next is the Triangulo Ventania 4000 knife roller. It's a mulcher. There you go, 4 meters, 18 mile per hour. It is a quick boy. Oh yes, Continental BKT Trelleborg tires for the back, and you can add additional weight up to 800 kgs, which I would recommend. It's pretty lightweight to begin with, so go for that. Or go with this. This is another mulcher, the Triangulo Pegasus, 8.3 meters at 18 miles an hour, weighs 5.1 tons, much more than the other one. 120 horsepower is required, which is super duper low. Wheel brands, we've got Lizard, Trelleborg, very cool through those. We even have a twin wheel setup, which is awesome. Those Trelleborg twins on this thing look epic. This is a pretty big mulcher to begin with, 8.3 meters, but that 18 mile per hour max working speed, this may be your new favorite mulcher. Next to last new one for all platforms, today we have the Quicke 3-point linkage adapter. What this does, hooks up via 3-point on your tractor, and then you can hook up front loader tools on the front of it. However, the range of motion is quite limited, so just a heads up through there. We do have a option of where the links are going to be, and then where the top link will be. So you can lower this or raise it a little bit depending on your tractor size. And your last new one today for all platforms, the wheel chunk, a simple metal wheel chunk for securing your vehicles, for decorating or role play. Portable and purchasable in the vehicle menu under tools, hand tools, and miscellaneous, or you could pretty much just go down to the very bottom, mods and DLCs, which is what I did. I'm gonna buy 2 of these. Thank goodness they are liftable. That makes everything nice and easy, and we're just gonna come over here and put a chunk right there. And what that does is it kind of prevents that tractor from going anywhere. I'm curious about the setup here. It doesn't look like we've got any collisions on it. No, we do. We have the collisions that are absolutely perfect for it. Anything under it? No? I'll tell you what, though, it really wants to go where it wants to go, doesn't it? Right about there. Oh, boy. I don't know if it's the physics or what, but if it gets too close to the wheel, it like tweaks out. Hang on. There you go. Let me get rid of that for you. What in the world is going on? I know stuff like this is kind of hard to do in Farming Simulator anyway. So maybe we'll just have to be a little careful. How about that? Now let's talk about updates for all platforms. We have a quick hotfix for Renboot 25. This will be version 1003. They fixed an issue where animal dealer sell points no longer appeared on the map at Jade's Farmland 90, which was the BGA bunker, to let the player own the bunker silo, but not the BGA itself. This is to make sure that the player could sell and earn money from delivering to the BGA. Next up, Chip and Norton 1002. They've added new foliage around the map to replace the painted flooring. Also added new walls and hedges that seem to have gone missing since converting, made improvements to roadsides, and advised to start a new save game to bring in these changes. Next is Rolling Meadow version 1002, remove the rocks on the edge of the river, and has about an update to the Lizard Colossus pack 1301. Sprayer is precision farming ready, forge header for custom mod map crops like compatible with multi-fruit prefab maps from the Weekend Farmers, and minor collision adjustments on the Colossus 9000. John Deere 6R series version number 2, the color error on the front fender stickers has been corrected. New Holland T7 LWB PLMI version 1001, camera display completely rearranged. Now both cameras can be viewed simultaneously, even without interactive control, which is very cool, meaning console compatibility. Also, animations of door and rear window are now also controllable without IC, and auto command decal adapted to transmission selection. A little guy, the John Deere 5M series 1001 added the missing radio antenna to the cab. For Farm Central Soul, the case Farm All Series 1.1, fixed issue and attached to the front loader, price corrected, and store camera corrected. New Holland T6140 6160 version 1002, fixed parts that were not reflecting light properly and appeared too dark. Both front lift arms, steering arm, both rear lift hydraulic arms, and the front fenders now naturally turn with the wheels and no longer collide with the front loader mount when it's equipped. Manitou MTL 625 MTL 737 version number 2, corrected swapped colors on the MTL 737. Case H Axle Flow 9250 pack version 2, some double wheels were hitting the access staircase. This has been corrected. Grown Big X 1180 pack version 103, double lamps on the Big X fix and added the Born to Perform edition, thanks to Krone Landsmanship for their approval. Yeah. New Holland FR 480 920 version 101. New camera monitor has been added for the MB Trucks pack. We also have option to choose between automatic and manual pipe control and old design option. And the Ropa Panther Root Crops and Vegetables Harvesters pack version 1.1. Mod description adjusted, mod description edited, and angle of the unloading belt slightly restricted so that the unloading belt should no longer get stuck in the trailer. Grammy Veritron 470 Platinum Terra Track version number 2. The right front headlights were missing. I'm assuming they fixed it, considering it's missing right here in the screenshot as well. From Ross, the JCB 220X Excavator version 1002, fixed collision between the tracks. Lizard Pickup 1986 version 2, the fuel tanks of the car of the auxiliary vehicle were swapped. This has been corrected. Also added more types to the rear hitch. Lizard 255 Truck version 101, new sounds, fixed the price with canister painting and suspension improved. Selectable bell capacity 1.5 updated the XML files for compatibility with game update 1.16 and reduced wrap usage and improved wrapping speed on the K-brand SW4014 bell wrapper. Pete Equipment Pack 105 removed the wide flatbed trailer and reworked the dirt and wear mask on normal map textures. Gerval Vario Master Gold Edition 2025 version 101 added wood chips as a fill type and added biomass bells. We also have added clover and alfalfa as fill types and minor improvements to the model. Grown Swadro Vendro 101 added the Swadro S350 Highland from patch 116. Lizard GS 300 1.2 added color configurations. Borgo 33 2076 Paralink Drill Plus 7950 Air Card DJs. Wicked numbers. Yeah, version 2 increased the clip distance on several parts. For Made-Up, the Duvelsdorf Swing Arm 1.3 made the mower and mulcher a work mode that is switchable. Very cool. Gyrex Cultivator Pack 1001 collision correction. Need to correct these screenshots, though. Lizard 500L. Added frame color configuration, fixed fertilizer loading, and fixed spreading effect. Pottinger Jumbo 8540, 8520, 1.1. Driving physics improved. Pottinger 8540 and 8520 added as configurations with attachments. Rim color selection added and camera system installed, which does require a tractor that is prepared for it. Jeantil EVR 2316 EPAN 5 1001 collision fixes. Seed Production Factory 1001 adjusted the recipes to be closer to the base game usage of seed treatment liquid. Compost Production Pack 1202 CPU mesh warnings fixed and LOD error in the round arch hulls fixed. Empty pallet and box production 1101 CPU mesh warnings fixed. Improved small productions version number 1001, I'm assuming, reduced the cost per hour of many of the productions and removed the shared throughput capacity of many of the productions as well. Still showing as version number 1 though, so be careful. Hormond Cow Barn 1.3 fixed slurry tower animation, added the window animation, and fixed automatic lighting. From Omatana Constructible Hut 1.1, both hut types are now also available as holiday homes and generate passive income. Living Shed version 2, totally rebuilt the living area. We got new textures, new decorations, new doors, and new work tables. The original Barn Dominium, the Barn Dom version 1.1, added new wall material. We got light brick and dark brick, fixed the missing light inside the house, and moved the sleep trigger. Now its room is upstairs. Also for Micas, the American Herbicides and Seed Storage version 1.1 fixed the colorway options and quicker door openings. Medium Garage 1001 improved the roof specular and improved the texture on the roof. Concrete Block Garage 1001 added version with small extension for calves. Old Check Silo 1001 fixed unloading trigger and some trailers had issues. Wooden Sheds version 1.1 changed the description version and new specular. Just a reminder, no one needs to know that you changed the description version. Big White Farmhouse 1002 improved and optimized the model and some decorations. And additional field types 112 reordered the height types to address issues with coal mine on certain map and mod combinations. Now we do have a handful of new ones for PC and Mac players, including the Camara lift trailer, 8.5 thousand liter capacity. It is going to be for grapes and olives only, so not a bulk trailer. We do have Continental Alliance tires. That's pretty cool. Nice setup there. This does have a very interesting party piece, because I wanted to show you exactly what we've got here. So probably T7s or the 7S a little bit bigger than I probably should have chosen, but you know what? We'll be just fine. Let's back it up to it, grab it, and watch this. One button push, and it just does the whole thing for you. Takes his dandy time doing it, that's for sure, but rock and roll still nonetheless. So you are able to take all of your crops from your vineyards and then put them into here, and then when you're ready to go, dump them into another trailer. Like this one, for example. Well, as long as you've got grapes, because that's literally the only thing you could dump in here. I do find it very hilarious that we're still limiting things like this in the game to only certain crops. I know in real life it may only be used for one thing, but I bet they put more than just grapes in here. But you know what? It's just me thinking out loud. We got a tandem and we've got a front rear axle setup. 11,500 liters for this one. A couple different wheel brands, nothing too wild and crazy. And the same thing right here. We also have a safety frame on there. If you wanted to go with it, really it's just going to be blocking off those rear lights, and there's not a whole lot else going on with it. Now here's a trailer that holds all the stuff. The VGM LK22. Love the name on this thing. We got Michelin tires, Trelleborg tires, Vedestan tires, Mitas tires. 24,200 liter capacity, 8.6 tons. Wheel setups, you do have a couple of those as well, and boy do we have some chunky boys in there. So chunky, in fact, that they're clipping through the trailer just ever so slightly. But you know what? It ain't gonna hurt nobody's business. There you go. What do we got? Well, we got a sign rack, we got staircase, we got both of those. There's going to be your side rack in the back. We also have shields. We'll see what else we got. Round towards the back. Here we go. Shield, safety bumper. It's pretty cool. Nice. Attach type. Back around to the front again. We have a ball hitch and a pin hitch capacity. You've got the standard. You've also got the grain plate around towards the front, but that's not really changing the capacity. Yeah, this one does. The silage up to 38,200 liters. And then we also have a couple different setups for fill volume here as well. However, I know nothing about what this fill volume is going to be doing. I imagine it's a different visual, but maybe that's about it. We also have color options. Next up, a couple more for PC and Mac players. We got the Vehicle Assistance System. Enhances your vehicle with intelligent assistance features that make driving and maneuvering more convenient and safer. We have parking distance control, which is nice, kind of beeps whenever you get too close to something. That's pretty neat. Automatic emergency braking, which brakes if you get too close to the vehicle in front of you. Intelligent cruise control, which kind of works on everything, does what most cars do these days. Automatic light control, reverse camera, that's pretty sweet. And we also have animation action control. We have beacon light control and fold cover disabler. That's pretty cool. I'm not going to be downloading this because that's a little too realistic for me, but this is pretty neat. And your only other new one for PC and Mac players today, crop rotation. This mod brings a realistic rotation system to farms up 25 and adds significantly more depth to farming. The yield of your fields now depends on which crops you have previously grown. Good crop rotations improve soil quality in the long term and ensure higher yields, while one-sided cultivation or unfavorable sequences deplete the soil and lead to yield losses. This makes every cultivation decision more important and strategic. In addition, the mod also takes into account the use of cover crops. Sustainable cover crops improve soil structure and have a positive effect on the next yield. However, incorrectly chosen cover crops can negatively affect your crops. We have pretty cool stuff in here, man. This reminds me a whole lot of like Farm Sim 17 with seasons. Really miss that. Missed that a whole lot. So you can see right here, without the catch crop, in field number 1, for example, we got wheat, 65%, then OSR, or into canola, 105%, and then into no catch crop with wheat, then you've got 80%. So there you go. Field 5, you got OSR into wheat, 65%, and then nothing into barley, 90%. So looks like we're going to be getting a little over or quite a bit under, depending on what you do and what you choose. I think that's pretty cool, man. Lastly, today we have some updates for PC and Mac players, including North German country. This will be version 2001. Digestate can be sold. Adjusted the yield of fruits, straw, and grasses. The 1MW biogas plant now appears in field missions. Fixed multi-fruit silos. They no longer store anything from the surrounding area, and you do not need a new save game. Courseplay got an update to 8.103. MP fix when starting a helper with an implement that is already unfolded and several bug fixes. No need to roll. 1002 automatically removes rolling requirements for any custom crops added by the map the player is using. Garage menu 1003 fix support for buy used equipment. Construction search 101 added search by mod DLC name and added minimum query length of 2 characters. Realism add-on balers 1001 fixed the compatibility issue with the case cotton harvester and fixed early unload percentage not changing with bale size volume. VIP order manager 121 fixed the deliveries via train were not counted. Destructible objects 101 hotfix prevents warning in the log so the group with ID N does not exist on maps with rock missions number 1. And lastly today, after a long day of 70 mods, dynamic husbandry capacity version 1.1. We got to fix an issue where food levels were reset to standard capacity when loading a save game. New added external configuration file, which is very cool, which individually adjusts capacities per animal species. That's kind of neat. Also, new dynamic capacity adjustment for extendable pastures during construction, and description updated, and instructions for XML settings have been added. Whew, what a day. And that is it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you're new and join the DjGoHam fam. Double check your notifications. That way you never miss videos like this one. Hope you have an awesome rest of your day. Enjoy playing with the mods. Again, if you missed the live stream from Giants this morning, don't worry. You didn't miss a thing. Have an awesome day. We'll see you in the next one.